Question 1. Which of the following is a key responsibility of an underwriter when evaluating an application for insurance? A. To determine the applicant's financial status only. B. To assess the risk posed by the applicant and decide on the appropriate premium. C. To issue the policy immediately after receiving the application. D. To analyze the applicant's personal preferences and offer coverage based solely on those preferences. Answer B. Explanation. An underwriter's primary responsibility is to assess the risk that an applicant poses and to determine the appropriate premium based on that risk assessment. This includes reviewing factors such as the applicant's health, occupation, age, and previous claims history. Option is incorrect because financial status is one factor but not the sole criterion. Option C is incorrect because issuing policy requires careful consideration of the risks, and policy issuance only happens after underwriting. Option D is incorrect because underwriters focus on objective factors related to risk, not personal preferences. Question 2. Scenario-based question. Mr. Harris is applying for a life insurance policy with a standard coverage plan. During the underwriting process, the insurer finds out that Mr. Harris has a history of smoking but quit 5 years ago. Which of the following would be the most likely outcome for Mr. Harris' policy application? A. The policy will be issued with higher premium due to the past smoking history. B. Mr. Harris will be automatically denied coverage because of his previous smoking. C. Mr. Harris will receive the policy at the standard rate without any adjustments. D. The insurer will offer reduced coverage plan due to Mr. Harris' smoking history. Answer A. Explanation. In underwriting, past behaviors like smoking, even if the individual has quit, still impact the risk assessment because of the long-term health effects of smoking. Insurers typically charge higher premiums for applicants with a history of smoking to account for the increased risk of future health issues. Option B is incorrect because denial is not automatic based on past smoking if the applicant has quit for a significant period. Option C is incorrect because insurers consider even past behaviors in determining premiums. Option D is unlikely because the issue here is risk, not the amount of coverage. Question 3. Which of the following is not a typical underwriting consideration when assessing a risk for property insurance? A. The applicant's credit history and financial stability. B. The location and condition of the property being insured. C. The applicant's prior claims history related to property damage. D. The applicant's marital status and number of dependents. Answer D. Explanation. When underwriting property insurance, underwriters consider factors that directly affect the property's risk, such as the applicant's credit history, A. The condition and location of the property, B. And the applicant's prior claims history, C. However, the applicant's marital status and number of dependents, D. Are not relevant factors for underwriting property insurance. These are more relevant to life and health insurance policies. Option A, B, and C are all typical considerations in property insurance underwriting as they help determine the potential risk involved in issuing policy. Question 4. Which of the following is considered a primary purpose of risk assessment during the underwriting process? A. To calculate the exact premium amount to be charged based on the applicant's lifestyle. B. To evaluate whether the applicant poses a financial risk to the insurer and the appropriate level of coverage. C. To gather personal details about the applicant's family members and dependents. D. To ensure the applicant meets the minimum age requirement for the policy. Answer B. Explanation. Risk assessment is central to the underwriting process as it helps the underwriter evaluate the risk that the applicant presents to the insurer and determine the appropriate premium and coverage level. Option is incorrect because the primary purpose of risk assessment is not to calculate an exact premium but to assess risk factors. Option C is incorrect as gathering family details is not a key component of risk assessment. Option D is also incorrect because age is typically one of many factors considered, not the primary purpose of risk assessment. Question 5. Which of the following best describes the role of moral hazard in underwriting? A. It refers to the physical condition of the applicant's property. B. It involves assessing the applicant's behavior or intentions that may increase the likelihood of claim. C. It addresses the financial stability of the applicant. D. It focuses on the legal compliance of the applicant's business activities. Answer B. Explanation. Moral hazard refers to the likelihood that an insured individual may behave in a way that increases the risk of a claim because they are aware they are covered. For example, an applicant with a history of fraud or dishonesty may be considered to have a higher moral hazard. Option A is incorrect as moral hazard does not refer to the physical condition of the property. Option C is incorrect because moral hazard focuses on behavior, not financial stability. Option D is also incorrect as moral hazard is not related to legal compliance but to riskier behavior. Question 6. Scenario-based question. Mr. Thompson, who is 45 years old, applies for a health insurance policy. During underwriting, it is found that he has a pre-existing condition of high blood pressure. What is the most likely outcome in Mr. Thompson's health insurance application? A. The application will be automatically rejected due to the pre-existing condition. B. Mr. Thompson will be offered a standard policy without any exclusions or premium adjustments. C. Mr. Thompson may be offered the policy with a higher premium or an exclusion for the pre-existing condition. D. Mr. Thompson's premium will be lowered as a result of his pre-existing condition. Answer C. Explanation. Most insurers consider pre-existing conditions when underwriting health insurance policies. In this case, Mr. Thompson may still be offered coverage, but it will likely be with either a higher premium or an exclusion for the pre-existing condition, in this case, high blood pressure. Option is incorrect because automatic rejection is not typical unless the condition is severe or the insurer has strict exclusions for certain conditions. Option B is incorrect because high blood pressure usually results in some form of adjustment. Option D is incorrect as pre-existing conditions typically lead to higher premiums due to increased risk. Question 7. Which of the following is a common tool used by underwriters to assess risk in personal property insurance? A. Property appraisals to determine current market value. B. Medical records of the insured to determine future risk. C. The applicant's credit score to predict financial stability. D. Detailed interview about the applicant's family history. Answer A. Explanation. Underwriters commonly use property appraisals to assess the current market value of the property, which helps to estimate potential losses and the correct amount of coverage. Option B is incorrect because medical records are not typically used in personal property insurance, but they are more relevant for health or life insurance. Option C is incorrect in this case as credit score may be used for some types of property insurance but is not the main tool for assessing the actual risk of the property. Option D is irrelevant in the context of property insurance underwriting. Question 8. What factor is most likely to lead to the denial of a life insurance application during the underwriting process? A. The applicant has a history of participating in extreme sports. B. The applicant has a high income and excellent credit history. C. The applicant has a family history of chronic diseases. D. The applicant is married and has children. Answer and explanation. Extreme sports are often considered a high-risk activity in life insurance underwriting. Underwriters may reject an application or offer coverage at a higher premium due to the increased risk of injury or death associated with such activities. Option B is incorrect because financial status such as income and credit is not typically a reason for Option C is incorrect. While a family history of chronic diseases may impact premium rates, it typically would not lead to an outright denial. Option D is irrelevant, as marital and family status do not influence life insurance decisions to the same degree as risk factors like occupation or health. Question 9. How do underwriters typically use an applicant's claims history when determining risk for property insurance policy? A. Clean claims history indicates low risk and is rewarded with low premium. B. History of frequent claims can lead to denial or significantly higher premium. C. History of claims only matters if they occurred within the past year. D. Claims history is irrelevant for property insurance underwriting. Answer B. Explanation. A history of frequent claims suggests higher risk, leading insurers to either deny coverage or increase premiums to account for the likelihood of future claims. Option is incorrect because a history of claims does not indicate low risk. Rather, it's an indicator of increased risk. Option C is incorrect because claims history over a longer period is relevant, not just the past year. Option D is incorrect because claims history is a fundamental factor in determining the applicant's risk profile. Question 10. When underwriting a commercial insurance policy for a business, which of the following is typically considered a moral hazard? A. The company's failure to comply with safety regulations. B. The financial stability of the company. C. The company's use of outdated technology to manage operations. D. The company's employee health and safety record. Answer A. Explanation. Moral hazard refers to the potential for a business to take higher risks or act recklessly because it knows it is insured. For example, if a company is failing to comply with safety regulations, it may be seen as taking unnecessary risks, knowing it is covered. Option B is incorrect because financial stability is not considered a moral hazard, although it is relevant to risk assessment. Option C, while concerning, is more related to operational risks than moral hazard. Option D relates to the physical well-being of employees, not a business's intentional risky behavior. Question 11. Which of the following is most likely to be a factor that underwriters consider when assessing the risk for an auto insurance policy? A. The applicant's level of physical fitness. B. The applicant's credit score and driving record. C. The applicant's family history of automotive accidents. D. The applicant's occupation as teacher. Answer. B. Explanation. Underwriters often assess risk by looking at factors such as the applicant's credit score and driving history, as these provide insight into the likelihood of future claims. A poor driving record or low credit score could indicate higher risk. Option is irrelevant, as physical fitness is not a key factor in auto insurance risk assessment. Option C is also incorrect because family history is not typically relevant for auto insurance. Option D is not directly related to underwriting for auto insurance. Question 12. In the context of underwriting guidelines primarily serve which purpose? A. To help the underwriter collect premiums. B. To provide a framework for assessing risks based on company policies and industry standards. C. To outline the legal obligations of the applicant. D. To offer customers a choice of policies. Answer. B. Explanation. Underwriting guidelines provide a standardized framework to assess risks consistently and in accordance with the insurer's policies and industry standards. These guidelines help the underwriter make informed decisions about whether to accept or reject policy. Option is incorrect, as guidelines are about risk assessment, not directly about premium collection. Option C is incorrect because underwriting guidelines focus on risk, not legal obligations of applicants. Option D is not the primary function of underwriting guidelines. Question 13. Which of the following is an example of moral hazard in business insurance? A. The company has failed to implement basic safety measures in its workplace. B. The company has a good credit history and stable revenue. C. The company pays its premiums on time every year. D. The company operates in an industry with a low-risk profile. Answer A. Explanation. Moral hazard refers to a situation where an insured party may engage in riskier behavior because they know they are covered by insurance. Failing to implement safety measures in the workplace would increase the likelihood of a claim, as the company may act recklessly knowing they are insured. Option B, C, and D are examples of risk mitigation or favorable conditions, not moral hazard. Question 14. Which of the following scenarios would most likely result in an underwriting exclusion for a health insurance policy? A. The applicant has a pre-existing condition that is not disclosed. B. The applicant is above 65 years of age. C. The applicant has a family history of cancer. D. The applicant's primary care doctor recommends regular checkups. Answer A. Explanation. Failure to disclose a pre-existing condition that could affect the applicant's health is one of the most common reasons for underwriting exclusions. If the condition is known and not disclosed, it might be excluded from coverage. Option B is incorrect because being over 65 does not automatically result in exclusions. Option C is not grounds for exclusion, although it could affect premium rates. Option D is irrelevant as regular checkups are positive health behavior. Question 15. How does an underwriter assess the risk associated with a home insurance policy? A. By determining the age and condition of the property as well as the applicant's credit score. B. By reviewing the applicant's occupation and family medical history. C. By conducting an in-person interview with the homeowner. D. By inspecting only the property's value and location. Answer A. Explanation. Underwriters assess home insurance risk by evaluating both the property, age, condition, and location, and personal factors such as the applicant's credit score. These factors provide insight into the potential for claims. Option B is incorrect because the applicant's occupation and medical history are not primary factors for home insurance. Option C is not typically required, although inspections may be done. Option D is incomplete, as other factors like credit scores and property conditions are also considered. Question 16. What is the main purpose of the loss ratio in insurance underwriting? A. To determine how much premium the insurer should charge the applicant. B. To evaluate the financial stability of the insurer. C. To compare the total claims paid by the insurer to the total premiums collected. D. To assess the age and health of the applicant. Answer: C. Explanation. The loss ratio is a key metric used to evaluate an insurer's profitability. It compares the total claims paid out by the insurer to the premiums collected. A higher loss ratio may indicate that the insurer is paying out too much in claims relative to the premiums it receives. Option is incorrect because loss ratio helps assess profitability, not determine premiums directly. Option B is incorrect because financial stability is assessed through other financial metrics, not the loss ratio. Option D is irrelevant in this context. Question 17. Which of the following is not a consideration when underwriting a commercial property insurance policy? A. The building's construction materials and design. B. The business's operational processes and risk management procedures. C. The applicant's family history of chronic illnesses. D. The property's location and vulnerability to natural disasters. Answer: C. Explanation. Family history of chronic illnesses is not a factor when underwriting commercial property insurance. Commercial property underwriting focuses on the property's characteristics, the business's operational risk management, and the building's location. Option A, B, and D are all directly related to risk assessment in commercial property underwriting. Question 18. What is an example of a moral hazard in the context of insurance underwriting? A. A policyholder fails to disclose a previous loss during the underwriting process. B. An insurer provides a policy with higher limits for a higher premium. C. A policyholder engages in risky behavior knowing they are insured. D. An applicant provides false information about their age. Answer: C. Explanation. Moral hazard refers to situations where an insured party may take greater risks or behave recklessly because they know they are covered. For example, a policyholder who engages in risky behavior while knowing they have insurance coverage is demonstrating a moral hazard. Option A refers to non-disclosure but not moral hazard. Option B involves risk pricing, not moral hazard. Option D is an example of misrepresentation but not moral hazard. Question 19. Which of the following statements is true regarding risk assessment in life insurance underwriting? A. Applicants with a family history of cancer are automatically denied coverage. B. Applicants' physical fitness and lifestyle choices are not considered in life insurance underwriting. C. Risk is assessed using a combination of health, occupation, and lifestyle factors. D. Risk assessment is based solely on the applicant's medical history. Answer: C. Explanation. In life insurance underwriting, risk is evaluated by considering a combination of factors including health, occupation, lifestyle choices such as smoking and alcohol consumption, and family medical history. Option A is incorrect because family history alone does not lead to automatic denial. Option B is incorrect because lifestyle choices are a critical part of life insurance underwriting. Option D is incomplete as other factors also play a significant role in risk assessment. Question 20. Which of the following best describes the role of adverse selection in insurance underwriting? It is the process of underwriting policies for high-risk applicants only. B. It is the tendency for people with higher risk to apply for insurance more often than those with low risk. C. It is the act of adjusting premiums based on the applicant's financial stability. D. It is the evaluation of whether the applicant can afford the insurance premium. Answer: B. Explanation. Adverse selection occurs when individuals with higher than average risk are more likely to apply for insurance, potentially leading to higher claims than expected. This can result in higher premiums for all policyholders. Option is incorrect because adverse selection does not involve selective underwriting. It's a consequence of the risk distribution. Option C is unrelated, as adverse selection is about risk levels, not financial stability. Option D is also incorrect because adverse selection is about risk, not affordability. Question 21. What is the primary objective of an underwriter when reviewing an insurance application? A. To calculate the premiums for the policyholder based on their medical history. B. To determine the potential risk posed by the applicant to the insurer. C. To ensure that the applicant's policy covers all of their personal assets. D. To assess whether the applicant's occupation requires additional coverage. Answer: B. Explanation. The underwriter's primary objective is to evaluate the potential risk posed by the applicant, ensuring the insurer is not exposed to excessive financial risk. This helps determine if the applicant is eligible for coverage and what terms are appropriate. Option is incorrect as premium calculation follows risk assessment, not the other way around. Option C is irrelevant in the context of the underwriter's role, which is risk evaluation, not asset assessment. Option D is only one aspect of risk evaluation, but not the primary objective. Question 22. Which of the following underwriting tools is most useful in evaluating the risk of an applicant with a history of frequent claims, A. Claims history report, B. Credit score, C. Physical examination, D. Occupation risk analysis? Answer: explanation. A claims history report is the most useful tool for evaluating applicants with frequent claims, as it provides insight into the frequency and types of claims filed in the past, which directly affects future risk. Option B, C, and D are useful for other aspects of underwriting, but are not directly tied to evaluating claim frequency. Question 23. Which of the following factors is not typically considered when assessing the risk for a homeowner's insurance policy? A. The age of the home and its construction materials. B. The credit score of the homeowner. C. The homeowner's previous claims history. D. The homeowner's marital status. Answer: D. Explanation. The homeowner's marital status does not typically influence the underwriting process for homeowners insurance. Factors such as the home's age, materials, location, credit score, and claims history are all critical in assessing the risk and determining coverage and premiums. Option A, B, and C are all directly relevant to risk assessment. Question 24. Which of the following best describes loss severity in insurance underwriting? A. The likelihood of an event occurring. B. The potential financial impact of a loss if it occurs. C. The frequency of claims submitted by policyholders. D. The steps taken to prevent losses from occurring. Answer: B. Explanation. Loss severity refers to the potential financial impact of a loss should it occur. Underwriters assess this factor to understand how much they might have to pay out in claims in the event of a covered loss. Option A describes the frequency of losses, not severity. Option C is unrelated to the financial impact of a loss, and option D relates to risk mitigation, not loss severity. Question 25. Mr. Thompson, an applicant for auto insurance, is a first-time driver at the age of 30. Which factor is most likely to influence the underwriter's decision to approve or deny the application? A. Mr. Thompson's occupation as an accountant. B. Mr. Thompson's lack of prior driving experience. C. Mr. Thompson's health status. D. Mr. Thompson's home address. Answer: B. Explanation. As a first-time driver, Mr. Thompson's lack of driving experience will be a significant factor in determining the risk associated with insuring him. Inexperienced drivers are typically viewed as higher risk by underwriters, while his occupation A, health status C, and home address D may be considered in other contexts. They are not as immediately relevant to the risk of insuring first-time driver. Question 26. Which of the following is a key difference between underwriting in life insurance and underwriting in health insurance? A. Health insurance underwriting focuses more on family medical history than life insurance underwriting. B. Life insurance underwriting does not consider occupation-related risks. C. Health insurance underwriting primarily assesses the applicant's lifestyle habits, such as smoking. D. Life insurance underwriting generally does not require physical examination. Answer and explanation. Health insurance underwriting places a strong emphasis on the applicant's family medical history, as hereditary factors are important in evaluating future health risks. Life insurance underwriting also considers lifestyle habits like smoking, option C, and both types of insurance may involve physical exams, depending on the coverage. However, family medical history is a much more significant factor in health insurance Option B is incorrect, as both life and health insurance underwriting consider occupational risks. Option D is incorrect, as physical exams are often required in life insurance underwriting. Question 27. Which of the following is not a tool typically used in the insurance underwriting process? A. Application forms. B. Credit score reports. C. Physical assessments. D. Public opinion surveys. Answer: D. Explanation. Public opinion surveys are not typically used in insurance underwriting, as they do not provide the necessary information for risk assessment. The core tools for underwriting include application forms, A. Credit score reports, B. and physical assessments, C. all of which provide data relevant to assessing risk and setting premiums. Question 28. How do underwriters handle high-risk applicants in the context of health insurance. A. They automatically reject all high-risk applicants. B. They offer higher premiums or reduced coverage options to high-risk applicants. C. They offer discounted premiums to high-risk applicants to incentivize enrollment. D. They deny coverage based solely on the applicant's occupation. Answer B. Explanation. Underwriters typically offer higher premiums or reduced coverage options to high-risk applicants. This compensates the insurer for the higher likelihood of claims. High-risk applicants may not be automatically rejected, but instead may be charged more for coverage or offered limited plans. Option is incorrect because outright rejection is not always the case for high-risk applicants. Option C is not typical practice for high-risk applicants, and option D is incorrect because occupation alone is not the deciding factor for coverage. Question 29. Which of the following is a major concern when underwriting a commercial general liability CGL insurance policy? A. The applicant's business credit score and financial stability. B. The applicant's health history and lifestyle choices. C. The applicant's driving history and accident record. D. The applicant's home address and marital status. Answer A. Explanation. When underwriting a commercial general liability CGL insurance policy, the underwriter is primarily concerned with the applicant's business credit score and financial stability. These factors are crucial because they provide insight into the company's ability to manage its operations and cover potential liabilities. The applicant's health history and driving record are not as relevant CGL underwriting. Similarly, home address and marital status are not key factors. Question 30. Which of the following is most likely to be considered a material misrepresentation in insurance underwriting? A. The applicant omits information about a past claim that is not directly related to the current policy. B. The applicant provides a false address, but it does not affect the risk assessment. C. The applicant discloses a pre-existing condition but does not specify all the details. D. The applicant knowingly provides false information that significantly alters the risk assessment. Answer D. Explanation. A material misrepresentation occurs when an applicant provides false information that directly affects the underwriting decision and alters the risk assessment. Option D is an example of material misrepresentation. Option is incorrect because omitting irrelevant claims may not necessarily constitute a material misrepresentation. Option B is incorrect because providing a false address is generally not considered material unless it affects the risk assessment. Option C may be an issue but does not rise to the level of material misrepresentation unless it significantly alters the risk evaluation.